Some women don't battle a man's ego. They let it run its course, like watching a storm spend itself against the shore. And when the wind dies down, there she stands, untouched, the tide retreating at her feet. He doesn't understand it at first. The world has taught him that power is met with power, that ego feeds on reaction. But she does not react. She is not a mirror for his dominance, nor a sponge for his moods. She is a still lake, reflecting, yes, but never breaking her surface. Carl Jung would say she has met her own shadow and learned to hold it without flinching. She does not need to defend herself from him because she no longer wages war within herself. And this is the first disarmament, the kind that is born in silence, where his need for conflict finds no opponent. He tries the familiar moves, subtle tests, verbal jabs, glances meant to assert control. Most women would answer them, explain themselves, try to soothe or prove. But she lets them dissolve in the air. The Stoics would call this mastery of the self, the discipline of not giving the moment more weight than it deserves. At first, he mistakes it for indifference, but something inside him shifts when he realizes it is not coldness at all. It is steadiness. It is self-possession. His words fall into the space between them like stones into deep water, swallowed by the stillness before they can disturb her. The second disarmament is her gaze, not piercing, not challenging, simply present. She looks at him the way the earth looks at the rain, allowing, unafraid, untouched by whether it comes or goes. This is where projection begins to crack. The anima, the inner feminine image he has carried unconsciously, begins to stir. She is not bending to fit it. She is refusing to play the role entirely. And in that refusal he feels something rare. The mirror shatter in his hands. When he cannot control her reflection, he is forced to confront what stands behind it, himself. And here, the old patterns of pursuit, dominance, or withdrawal falter. He is no longer playing against her. He is wrestling with the emptiness that rises when she does not feed his image of himself. The third disarmament is her departure from the game entirely. She does not chase. She does not punish. She does not even close the door loudly. She simply walks through it. This, in trauma psychology, is boundary restoration, the recognition that love without freedom is not love, and attention without respect is only possession dressed in softer clothes. He feels the absence in the way a man feels the absence of breath. It is here that the shadow is most visible, the fear of losing control, the ache of not being needed. And yet, she does not return to soothe him. She has learned that to go back is to step into the cage he is building, not from malice, but from unconscious hunger. Some men will follow her into their own darkness, searching for the place where the ego dies and the self is born. Others will turn away, chasing the next reflection that will not ask them to look within. She knows this, and still she walks on. Because she understands the truth Jung hinted at. A man's ego cannot be broken by force. It must be unraveled by the absence of fuel. And a woman who has mastered herself carries no kindling for another's fire. The woman who walks away in silence isn't weak. She simply sees more